So one of the things that I get asked regularly, almost daily, is what can I do to turn the business around? And one of the main things I see is that in business you're so caught up in doing the job that you never really get the chance to monitor what the actual business is. And one of the best ways of doing that is with a good bookkeeping system. So what I find is that what happens is, and I'll use the example of a plumber, goes out and does his work for 2 or 3 weeks, and then looks at his diary and says, all right, I've got to do these invoices. And off he goes and he invoices on a particular night. Now, he may have forgotten what the pipes he's bought or the parts or that type of thing. Or alternatively, he gets his wife to do the books. And his wife does the books and regularly does them and tries to keep up with them. Now, one of the things I say to clients, for the sake these days, with the way the bookkeeping systems are, get an external bookkeeper to do it. My reasoning for that is a couple of things will happen. Firstly, a good bookkeeper will be on your case to make sure that you're invoicing every day. Also, they will send you a weekly report so you can see whether you've made a profit or a loss. I've had experiences where wives have been doing the books and there hasn't been enough money at the end of the week or the month to pay the GST. So what they say is oh, we've got to feed our kids at the weekend, my husband's worked hard this week, we want to go to the pictures. They'll do that sort of thing and think, oh, I'll pay the GST next week. And then of course next week there's the school fees or something else happens. And it gets lost. It gets lost in the wife not wanting to say to the husband, we've got to pay the GST because he's out there working hard and why is it strange? And he doesn't understand because he's worked 14 hours in one day. He doesn't understand why there's no money. So all that happens. So if you can take that out to a third party, it's well and truly worth it. And then you get a weekly report and you can look and you can say, all right, I haven't made money this week. And then you can say, well, why haven't I made money? And the sort of things that I see time and time again why people haven't made money is that they've forgotten that they've used pipes or they've bought parts or they've had to drive to get something because they forgot it, that type of thing. And if you start to analyse that, you can see. The other thing that I find happens is that they quote low because they think they need the work. And so they quote low, but really they're not making any money. They're not even making cash flow. So first step, I always say, is get a bookkeeper where you can record and you can keep score with dollars and cents to know whether you're in front or you're behind. There's so many tradespeople out there that really aren't even making wages. They'd be better off just going and getting a job and working for someone else and making wages. But if you're going to be in business and you're going to have your own business, well then we need to start to act like a business person. Have your books done regularly and get regular reports. And if the bookkeeper turns around and says, no, well, I don't do reports, go and find another bookkeeper.
I'm Doug and I talk about debt. If you've liked what we've spoken about today, hit the subscribe button below and let's know your comments or your own experiences and we'll talk about them in the weeks to come.